It's Valentine's Day. Vera Gibbons was here a little bit ago, and she was breaking down the money side of things. How much money's being spent on Valentine's Day? If you got all the dough that's spent today in the whole world on flowers, cards, different things, chocolates, dinners, brunches, drinks, 28 billion. That would still only put you at like half of Mike Bloomberg's net worth. But to break down the younger side of things, my favorite millennial is here. Pavlina Osta joins us, one of the hardest working people I know. And she's also a producer with Salem Radio Media. And she's also the host of the If God Had a Podcast.
That's right.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
It's
having me.
Fashion Week, so it's no surprise you're all fashionably decked out. Thank you so much.
Always.
You're sporting. I see a little reds in there for
Little
for
red,
Valentine's
like
Day.
little, yeah, just a touch.
I like the red nails you got going.
Thank you.
So one of the things you want to talk about is how millennials are into like this expensive type of love.
Yeah.
What's so expensive? Chocolates, a little dinner.
Well, there's so many options at this point. You know what I mean? Like I've seen bears that are made out of roses. Like, could you imagine how expensive that would be? Roses that last for forever. You know how roses usually last like 2 weeks or something, but like they have forever lasting roses. Like everything is expensive. Millennials are spending on average about $200, whereas previous generations spend maybe $100 on Valentine's Day. It's one of their favorite holidays.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
So, yeah.
You know, all these young kids,
They
who
like
the
expensive
Bernie
things.
bros, they got no money. They're complaining about their student loans. They want
Right.
free college, free
Yes.
health care, all this other stuff. But somehow they get mommy and daddy's Visa card, and they're going out and spending $200 on their
Yeah.
Valentine.
They want expensive dinners. They want all the roses. They want chocolates. Like you got to do the works, you know, because they want to feel special. So.
So you're thinking someone like me, you know, and most of my audience, baby boomers, 100's not enough. We got to spend
It's not
more.
enough. You got to go all the way. And the other thing that's crazy about this whole thing with millennials is like it's expected. Like they expect you to go all the way and do all the things. You could just give me some like fun dip. You know what I'm talking about? Like the stick.
I
with
love
the,
those. The
the
little
sugar.
white
That's all I
stick
ever
with the
wanted.
green
like,
and the pink
yes,
and the purple. Oh, those
that's all I
fun
need for
dips
Valentine's,
were
and I'm
good. But while they're spending $200,
Right.
they don't want a commitment. There's no commitment. Like, just give me everything, but no commitment.
So Gen Zs, it's really funny. I think I am like your stereotypical Gen Z. Like I work hard, but I'm also like super cautious about things. Gen Zs are the cautious generation, but they're also now known as the hookup generation. I don't know how I feel about that part, but they don't like relationships. They're
Maybe
afraid
that's
of the
good.
commitment
Maybe
financially, emotionally.
Maybe they are focusing on their career like you
Exactly.
are. You're
Yes.
great at that. Maybe, you know, this. I think the whole Gen Z kind of gets broad stroked into the same
does.
type of people. Like they're all Bernie bros. But my daughters are 21 and 18, Victoria and Ava. I see their friends and like their friends that are a little older. I think they're pretty responsible. I think they're trying to find jobs and do internships and they're not just sitting there at a Bernie rally saying give me free stuff.
Exactly.
They kind of want to do stuff.
Yeah, the thing with Gen Zs is they've really analyzed what the millennials have done, and they don't want that. They're like, okay, you guys have a lot of student debt. We don't want that. You guys, have had all these heartbreaks or whatever it may be with relationships, and they don't want that. So they're just very cautious
So
with
maybe
everything.
maybe there's
financially
hope for this generation.
One
Greeting cards.
Yes.
What's wrong with just a good old-fashioned Hallmark?
Well, speaking of cards, I got you guys a Valentine's Day card.
Oh.
And
when
I
you
wear,
say you
like,
guys,
the
I don't know
chocolates.
who else was the.
Just you, of course. No,
Just me,
crew,
just
all
me.
of you guys. But
Can I
I wanted to
open
get
it in
chocolate.
front of everyone?
Yeah, do
I
it, do
can.
it. I wrote it
Oh.
on the subway. It was like a really quick.
It's a hashtag love. That's nice. You
Right?
know,
I
Pavlina,
felt as you're like
you're the
millennial
bomb. You're the bomb. I like
person.
that.
I thought it was appropriate.
Oh, and it says we're
Yes.
sending you lots of love today. Love you guys. So this is for everyone
Yes.
on the team from
Yes,
Pavlina.
I do love you guys.
Thank
I
you very
wanted
much.
to get you guys chocolate, but I figured you guys might have some. Nothing.
But
What's happening here?
Are these new hashtag? Is this the new hot craze, or are people still going for, I cared to send the very best, a Hallmark card?
Well, see, that's the thing. So millennials and Gen Zs love sending cards, which I think is kind of great because, let's bring back some snail mail. But there's cards like feminism cards, you're having a bad day, here's a card. It's just like it has like a little bit more of a personal touch, and I think they're sort of desperate for that. So that's good.
When I talk to different people, you tell me if if this is real or not. But I've known some women who I'm friends with who say they'd rather get an actual card, right, and see that their man took the time to write it out and put a stamp on it, and mail it to the house so that it arrives like on or about Valentine's Day. Women have told me that they'd be happier with that, from getting a mailed card, that effort, than some flowers from the deli that they picked up on their way home and some generic card that was left over in the drugstore before they walked in the house.
Exactly. I think so. And that's what this study is showing, because you had the time, you took the time like ahead of schedule, because we all know snail mail. You went in, you picked out your card, you wrote a thoughtful message, and then you sent it. Like, there's so much thought that has to go into that, and it's really appreciated. So.
Well, if you want to get all perspectives, as you know, on Liquid Lunch, we do Women Wednesdays, but that does not disqualify the best of the best in women being on the show other days. And Pavlina works like a slave, then she slaves over her social media all the time, trying to keep people up to speed, teach people, create awareness, which I commend you for. You're fantastic.
Thank you.
She's also a Guinness Book of World Records holder for the longest succession of interviews in 24 hours, right?
Yes, the most interviews conducted in 24 hours.
How do you like that? And if you need a tip for Valentine's Day, go get a card, write it out yourself, bring it home with a box of chocolates. They'll probably be happy. I'm always happy when you're here, my friend. Thank you. And I am always happy when this next guy comes in. One of my favorite Democrats, my good friend Tim Collins, joins us after this. You've seen the polls moving lately. Biden is sinking and Bloomberg is rising, whether it's on a box or not. But my friend Tim Collins, the general manager of Bobby Vans right here, just a month or so ago, had a lot different feelings than he does today. And we're going to break it all down right after this.